If you're watching this video, you're probably facing a preference lawsuit. Don't worry, there are real defenses that work. The most common defense for a preference payment is known as the ordinary course of business. We will show how we establish this defense to reduce or avoid the trustee's claim. In order to succeed with this defense, you must prove that the payment your company received during the preference period were made in the same or similar manner as payments the debtor made to your company in the history of your business relationship. There are a few technicalities to this defense, so we are going to walk you through the ordinary course of business. Historically, in the 1 year before the preference period, Yankee Boys paid Jersey Girls 12 invoices on average between 25 to 35 days from the date of the Jersey Girls invoices. The ordinary course of business analysis compares the historical payments to the preference period payments. The historical payment terms examines how long it took Yankee Boys to pay Jersey Girls invoices in the 1 year before the preference period. We compare the historical payment to the preference period payments and check how long it took Yankee Boys to pay Jersey Girls invoices during the preference period. During the 90-day preference period, Yankee Boys paid Jersey Girls on 4 invoices. In this example, Yankee Boys pays $10,000 on invoice A 27 days after the invoice is issued. Yankee Boys pays $15,000 on invoice B 31 days after invoice is issued. Yankee Boys pays an additional $20,000 on invoice C 10 days after invoice is issued. And Yankee Boys pays $15,000 on invoice D 52 days after the invoice is issued. In this example, we can prove to the trustee that invoices A and B paid during the preference period were made in the ordinary course of business between Jersey Girl and Yankee Boys. We know this because the payment period falls within the historical payment terms between Jersey Girl and Yankee Boys, generally between 25 and 35 days. The trustee would not likely prevail on the payments associated with invoices A and B. The trustee's preference claim would be reduced by the amount of invoices A and B. However, invoices C and D both fall outside of the historical payment terms or ordinary course of business parameters, and therefore the trustee would most likely prevail on these payments. While the ordinary course of business is not a pure scientific analysis, the greater the deviation between the payments made during the preference period and the historical payment terms, the more difficult it is to prove that the payment was made in the ordinary course of business. Since not every company has a history of business with the debtor, it is not always possible to develop historical payment terms. However, you may still be able to prove that the payments during the preference period were in accordance with ordinary business terms in the industry. This may require an expert to evaluate the ordinary payment and collection standards in the industry. If the payments to your company during the preference period fall within the industry standard, your payments may not be considered preferential. The ordinary course of business is not your only potential defense. Please continue watching this video series to learn about other defenses such as new value and how Fryer Levitt can assist you or your company.